Hi, I'm Jeff Grant. Today I'll be sharing with you a short yoga practice that's designed for you to do at home. This is especially helpful if you're spending a lot of time sitting or you're not getting the same activity that you normally would. This is just going to help you do a little bit of movement, break up the day, and maybe help you find some focus later in the day. It's really important during this practice today that you're breathing in and out through the nose. It's a relaxed breath, but it's also a deep and a focused breath. So join me now. We'll start the practice together. If you have a yoga mat, great, use it. If you don't have a yoga mat, that's totally okay. You can use whatever surface feels good for you. You can use a rug or whatever you have in your house. As long as you're not slipping around and moving too much, it's completely okay. So we'll begin. So just come to a nice standing position. We're going to separate the feet at the beginning. So the feet will be separated about hip width. So just a good balanced position. The arms will come down to the side. And first, just allow your shoulders to relax. Maybe move them back and forth a little bit. Move the neck. And then just relax. Soft shoulders, soft neck. And we'll begin. Breathe in through the nose as you lift your hands up to the sky, and then look up to the hands. And breathe out through the nose as the hands come back down to your sides. Breathe in, sweep the arms up, look up. Breathe out, let the hands come down. Breathe in, lift the arms up. And now clasp the hands together and press your palms straight up as you look up. And here we want to be reaching up. Make the body as tall as you can and pull the lower ribs, so the bottom of your rib cage. Draw that down toward the pelvis so there's not a big arch to the back. Instead, we're thinking about making ourselves tall, reaching up out of the pelvis. Take one more breath in. And as you breathe out, lean over to the right side. Keep pressing the palms away from the head. Breathe in, come back to center. And breathe out, move to the left side. Breathe in, back to center. And as you breathe out, let the hands come all the way down to the sides. And from here, bend the knees. And just fold yourself all the way forward. Let the arms hang down toward the floor. And allow your neck to relax and the head to feel heavy. And just allow gravity to pull you down closer to the floor. Keep the knees bent here, especially if the backs of the legs are tight. And now breathe in and start to roll yourself back up to standing. Keep the arms at the side, the palms facing forward. Bring all of your weight to the right foot now and step the left foot back behind you. We want the legs, the feet, to be placed just a little bit more than a meter apart, where you have a nice balanced position. The back foot will be at a 45-degree angle. So not totally to the side, not totally to the front, but right there in the middle. And the front toes are facing right in front of you. And we'll bring the arms up to this straight line position. We'll move now into the triangle pose. We'll do this by breathing in as you reach the right hand forward. Bring the right hand down, not to the floor, but in the direction of the floor, and place the left hand reaching up to the sky, right over the right hand. So we're reaching the left hand up with the same energy that the right hand is reaching down. Both legs stay straight, and your eyes are looking up toward the left hand. Don't place weight down on the right hand. Instead, lift up. Use your core strength, reaching the hands in opposite directions. Take a breath in, lift all the way back up. And now bend the right knee until the right knee is above the right ankle. And maybe you want to step the back foot back a little bit. And we come into the warrior two pose. The arms are in the straight line still. The left hand is reaching back just as much as the right hand reaches forward. And you're looking over the right fingertips. From here, take a breath in, straighten the right leg, and we come back to the triangle pose. So bring the right hand down toward the floor, the left hand up to the sky. Both legs are straight here. Look up toward the left hand. Take a breath in and breathe out. Inhale, lift the arms back up, bend the right knee, and come back into the warrior two pose. From here, bend the right arm and place the right elbow onto the right knee. The right knee stays bent here. The left arm will sweep down and then reach out toward the front. This is the side angle pose. So the back leg stays straight, the back foot is flat on the mat, and you're looking up toward the left elbow, looking up toward the sky, reaching the left hand toward the front. From here, reach the left hand up toward the sky just to help you lift up a little bit. Clasp the hands together like this, but behind the back. The legs stay in the same position. The right knee will stay bent. Take a big breath in. And now we lower down into the humble warrior. So the torso comes down toward the right thigh. Bring your chin in toward the chest and lift the hands away from the back. And just breathe. And then from here, take a breath in, lift the torso back up, release the hands, and we're going to bring the left knee down toward the mat. So all the way onto the mat, the left knee, and the top of the left foot goes onto the mat. And you can press that foot into the mat to have more stability. The right knee stays bent. We'll be bringing the hands into this position, but twisted to the right side. So the left elbow will cross the right knee, palms together, and the right elbow faces up to the sky. And you're looking toward the right elbow, looking toward the ceiling. And continue your breath here. If this position feels shaky, press the back foot, the top of the back foot, harder into the mat. And then release the pose. From here, we'll stand back up so you can tuck the back toes again. Stand all the way up, and we'll just make a little pivot here. We're taking the outer edges of the feet and just making them parallel. So kind of like a skiing position, but a really wide skiing position. So we take the parallel feet and we move them out really, really far wide here. Bend the knees. Super important to bend the knees, especially if you've been sitting and your hips are tight, the hamstrings, the backs of the legs are tight. Keep a bend in the knees, but keep the spine straight here. We're bringing the hands just to the hips at the beginning. Take a big breath of air in. And as you exhale, keep the back straight and just hinge forward at the hips. Release the hands down to the mat until the hands are under the shoulders. Now, what happens if the hands don't reach the mat? It's okay. Just keep the hands in the air wherever they're going to go. Put more of a bend in the knees. That's always okay. We don't want to feel this as pressure in the lower back. So wherever you go is the right place to be as long as the knees are bent. And we keep length in the spine without rounding it. And now bring the hands to the hips. Breathe in as you lift yourself back up. And we release the hands to the side. So we did a lot of poses on the right side, and now we're going to do those same poses on the left side. And we're going to do that just by looking over the left shoulder, and we make a little pivot. Wherever you're standing, on a mat or on the floor, we're just going to pivot to the left. You're looking over the left shoulder, place the toes in the direction you're looking, the front toes, the left toes. And on the right side, we're going to pivot that right foot back to about 45 degrees and keep both legs straight. Bring the arms up to this straight line position. Look over the left hand. Breathe in, reach forward. Breathe out, let the left hand come down toward the ground. The right hand reaches up toward the sky. So the hands are reaching away from each other and you're looking up to the right hand, the triangle pose. Inhale, lift back up, bend the left knee, step the back foot back a little bit, and we find our warrior two pose. Your gaze is over the left fingertips. Straighten the left leg. Both legs are straight now. Inhale, reach the left hand forward. The left hand comes down as the right hand reaches up. Visiting the triangle pose again, you're looking up toward the right fingertips. Now inhale, lift back up again, bend the left knee, left elbow comes to the left knee. The right hand sweeps down and then reaches out toward the front. You're looking up to the right elbow. So you may notice or may feel that you're making a line with the body. There's a long line coming through the right leg, through the torso, and the arm just follows that line. Inhale, lift back up. We'll clasp the hands together again, behind the back. Maybe this time you want to move one finger apart, that little bit different sensation when we change the overlap. We're going to look back to the front over the left knee, take a big breath of air in. And exhale, we bow forward, bringing the torso down to the inside of the left knee. The hands reach away from the back. The chin tucks into the chest. And all we have to do now is breathe. Inhale, lift yourself all the way up. Exhale, release the hands. We'll pivot toward the left knee. Drop the right knee straight down to the mat. Top of the right foot on the mat. And this is where you have a little, an opportunity to be better balanced if you press the right foot down onto the mat. The left knee stays bent over the left ankle. We'll be bringing the hands into this prayer position where the forearms right through the wrist are connected together in one nice line. We're going to take this position and cross it over the left knee. So we can bring the right arm up and over the knee, hands together. We put the forearms in one line through the wrist and look over the left elbow. We release the pose from here, pivot back to the side just to bring both knees down to the mat to make it easier to sit down. We're going to just do a couple poses seated on the mat, and that will be the end of our short practice for today. So what we'll do first is lie back on the back. We keep both knees bent. And from here, we're crossing the right ankle over the left knee. So a relaxed position here. And this pose is, I think I'll just call this thread the needle. We're going to take the right hand and reach it through the triangle, through this little triangle formed by the leg cross. And the left hand is going to reach around the left knee. So we're going to bring the knee up. And we're just holding on here around the knee. The right toes will be pulled back toward the right knee, so we have a 90-degree angle here. The head is off the mat. And we should be feeling this stretch in the right hip, the outside of the right hip. Remember to breathe. And then release. Bring the left foot back down to the mat, arms to the side. And we're going to take the legs here in the cross we have them in and just drop them over to the left side. And when the legs, the feet, the knees go over to the left, we're going to look over the right shoulder. So the right shoulder stays on the ground. Palms are facing up. And then on an inhale, bring the knees back up. Place the right foot back down on the mat, and we cross the left ankle over the right knee. So we're just switching the cross. Remember to pull the left toes back toward the left knee. Reach the left hand through the triangle. The right foot comes up to make it easier to find the knee, and we're wrapping our hands around the knee. Now, if your knee's not reaching, if this is the hips are so tight, this is a big stretch to make, you can use a belt or a strap or clothing or anything you can find to help you wrap around the knee. We can really improvise at times like this and find a way to make it possible to have the same stretch. The head is off the mat. Come back to the breath, breathing in. Breathing out. One more breath in. And a breath out. The right foot comes back down. Arms come to the side, and we're bringing the right knee over to the right side, just until it comes down wherever it rests comfortably. The gaze comes over to the left side, the opposite side as to where the feet and knees go. And just relax into this position. And here, inhale, bring the knees back up. Stretch the legs out and just rest flat on the floor for a moment. Close your eyes. Allow your breath to soften. Now, if you have a few extra moments to stay in this position, this is the final resting position, the Shavasana, then please enjoy that time. And if it's time to get back to whatever you were doing before, then it's time to do that, and I wish you a great day. Thanks very much. Namaste.